Hello and welcome to the new session of this series. This is the second video of the Terraform Associate Q&A. My name is Alok Kumar and today we are going to discuss a new question. So question number 6 of second part of the video. What is the purpose of the Terraform taint command? So it's talking about the taint command. How does it affect a specific resource within the infrastructure? So when you execute the taint command, for which purpose? Is it destroying the resources? When you taint the command, is it destroying the resources? No, it's not destroying the resources. Is it marks the resources for recreations on the next apply? Yes, this is correct. Why? When you use the Terraform taint command, when you use it, mark a resources for the recreations during the next Terraform apply. So first you mark the resources as Terraform taint. So the question is how we are going to mark the resources using the Terraform taint command. So you write the command Terraform taint, okay, and the I am doing is for the AWS instance, AWS instance, and the local name is web. Okay, so it will taint that particular resources, and when we use the Terraform apply, okay, at that time the Terraform will destroy the current EC2 instance and recreate it with the same configurations. Now the question is why we are doing so. Okay, so if you see, when you are managing an existing infrastructure using the Terraform and you find that one of the resources, like in this example EC2 instance, is misbehaving but the current configuration have not been changed, so you want to force Terraform to destroy and recreate this specific resource during the next Terraform apply operations without changing any configuration code. Okay, so you can use the Terraform taint command, but since Terraform version 0.15 plus, this is not a recommended approach. If you see the documentation also giving some alternative to use. Terraform apply, replace AWS instance, and this is the name of the example, the name of the instance. Okay, so you can use this instead of the Terraform taint command, and these two options are also incorrect. Modify the resources, we are not going to modify using the taint, we just marking it so that it will get destroyed and recreated for the in the next Terraform apply command. It will do nothing. Terraform is not applicable to these resources. This is also wrong. So this is the correct answer. Now moving to the next question. Question number 7. After updating the local name within a Terraform resource block without replacing the existing resources, which command should be executed? Okay, so what is the local name here? So when we create any resource, we provide the local name, like we write the command to create the resource in the Terraform resource, and suppose we are creating AWS instance, AWS underscore instance. Okay, here we provide the local name. Okay, so that we can use this instance in the Terraform file accordingly, and then we provide the AMI. So which type of AMI we are using, the instance type, T2 micro, T2 small, whatever it is. So we want to rename it, okay, without replacing the existing resources. Okay, so how we can use the command to rename it? Okay, are we going to use the Terraform apply? The Terraform apply command applies the changes to the infrastructure. Either we are going to create, modify or destroy resources based on the updated configuration. It does not specifically address renaming resources without the replacement, so it is not possible to use this command. Are we going to use the Terraform plan? No. Why? The Terraform plan command generate an execution plan, but does not perform any actual changes to the infrastructure. It does not have the capability to rename the resources without replacing them. Terraform replace, this is also not correct, because the refresh command reconciles the Terraform state with the real world infrastructure, but it does not facilitate the renaming resources without replacing them. Okay, then this is the command which left is correct, Terraform state MB. So how we are going to, suppose this is the name, local name. Now our requirement is to rename it so that it will be more descriptive, that which type of resource it is. EC2 server. Instead of my underscore EC2, we are going to use EC2 server. Okay, so what the command we are going to write for this? Terraform state MV, okay, and then AWS instance, this one, AWS instance dot my EC2, okay, and then with a space AWS instance dot EC2 server. Replacing with this one. Okay, so this local name will be replaced without replacement of the existing resources. Okay, so this is the correct answer for this question. Now jumping to the other question. Question number 8. When developing a new application across various AWS regions within a single configuration file in Terraform, which features enable this multi-region configurations? So what we are going to use, okay, to deploy a new application across various AWS region, and we have to use the single configuration file in the Terraform. So which features we are going to enable this multi-region configurations? Are we going to use workspace? Do you know what is the use of workspace? Workspace generally manages multi-instance of the same configuration in different workspaces, but are forced on managing different environment like development, testing, productions, rather than deploying to multi-region within a single configuration. So this is not correct. This is not the main use of the workspace. Are we going to use the provider? Provider generally interface means the Terraform provider interface with different cloud provider like AWS, So they mainly focus on managing the resources within a specific provider. So this is also not correct in this case. Terraform modules. Yes, Terraform modules, it allow you to encapsulate and reuse configurations. It also enable the deployment of the same infrastructure across multiple regions or environments. By defining the modules for your application deployment, you can parameterize it to accommodate different regions within the same configuration file. So this is perfectly fine for this case, and we have to use the Terraform modules. What about the Terraform state? Terraform state keeps the track of the state of your infrastructure and resources. Okay, so this is also not correct for this question. Terraform modules is the feature, you can say, that enable this multi-region configurations. For more details on the modules, you can refer the link. For each questions, we are going to provide you the reference link so that you can read the documentation as well to have a better clarity on that particular topic. So you can tackle any types of question in the exam. So also read the description part of this video. There you can find the different reference link provide against the question number. Now moving to the another question. Question number 9. Is it true or false that both Terraform OSS means Terraform on premises and Terraform Cloud offer similar functionality using separate state file for each workspaces? Is it true or false? Definitely it is true. This is not false. Both the Terraform OSS and Terraform Cloud, this is on premises, and Terraform Cloud offer the similar functionality regarding Terraform workspaces and state file. Workspaces in Terraform are meant to provide isolation, allowing different configurations or environment to have their own state file. This separation prevents interference between different configurations, ensuring safer and more manageable infrastructure management. For detail about the workspaces, you can follow this documentation link and you can get a more clarity on the workspaces, how it works, how we can going to use the workspaces, and you can refer my video on the Terraform playlist to know more about the workspaces. So now moving to the next question. Question number 10. When using Terraform CLI OSS workspaces, which command enable you to view the presently active workspaces? So currently at the time only one workspace is active, but it may be that you have different workspaces, one for the QA, one for the development environment, one for the pre-productions, or you can see the UAT environment, then pre-prod, then prod. So how can you know that which workspace is currently active, and if you execute the command that will be applied to that particular workspace only? So which command you are going to use? Terraform list. Terraform list is used to display the list of available workspaces, though, so it will provide all the informations how many workspaces currently available. Terraform so this is not correct. Terraform so it will display the detailed informations about the workspace. Whatever the workspace currently active, it will show the details. Terraform status, no, this is also not correct. So it will not provide you the information about the active workspaces. So this is the correct command, Terraform workspace current. Using this command, it will show the name of the currently active workspace in Terraform. When you execute the command, it will display the name of the suppose this is the pre-productions currently active. So it will display the name of the workspace currently being used within the context of the Terraform operations. So this is the correct command through which you can know which workspace is presently active. So this is the correct answer. So hope you liking this series. If you didn't subscribe my channel, please do subscribe it. Please like this video, and also you can share the link with your friends who is currently preparing for these examinations. This series is definitely going to help him in the preparations. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day.